come in, and here's the problem. I said, oh man, it's too low. I said, it's too low.
I love the cognitive test. I always find the whale. He's usually just to the left of the scary shark you have to go around.
What happens when a so-called strongman can't handle a simple mic? Trump's latest meltdown is more than just funny, it's a window into his weakness. From boasting about his strength to complaining about basic tasks, Trump's transformation is both hilarious and revealing. Want to see how quickly Donnie Diapers went from macho man to cranky grandpa? You're in the right place. Do you recall Trump boasting that he was the strongest president in history? Guess what, though? A microphone has just met his match. Yes, you heard correctly. These days, our favorite orange turd complains about how difficult it is to handle a microphone. Seeing a bodybuilder cry over a feather duster is like that. Watch how Grumpy Trumpy went from being a tough guy to a complete wuss in a matter of seconds. Trump once said that he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose support. Do you recall that? He can no longer even hold a microphone while standing motionless. People, how the powerful have fallen.
You're blowing out your arms? He can't hold up a microphone? He's not strong enough to be commander-in-chief.
Imagine this, Trump attempting to be tough and significant during one of his rallies. He's wearing his tie down to his knees, that dead squirrel he calls hair, and his typical orange spray tan. However, something is off. Our stable genius is on the verge of losing it because the microphone stand isn't working. The big bad, suddenly like a child who has dropped his ice cream cone, Trump begins to complain. It weighs too much. My arms ached. Really? Is this the same person who says he could defeat North Korea?
I'm blowing out my left arm, now I'm gonna blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing out my damn throat too. Because these stupid people.
A small stick with a metal ball on top is beating him. Right now, I've seen wet noodles stronger than Donnie Diapers. He might be able to operate simple audio equipment if he spent more time at the gym and less time golfing. Who am I kidding, though? Trump just exercises his tendency to make snap judgments and speak without thinking. In a single microphone drop, how did Trump transform from a macho guy to a whimpering baby? Simple, by revealing to us his true nature as a frail elderly man unable of performing even the most basic activities. It's like watching Superman fumble with a pickle jar. Pickles are much more difficult to open than a microphone, and Superman is very powerful. But it gets more funnier, so keep your MAGA hats on, people. Let's see what other fundamental issues our Grumpy Trumpy can't cope with. It's a lengthy list. Spoiler alert. Trump is struggling with everything, from walking down a little incline to drinking water with one hand. Trump's physical mistakes are famous, ranging from stumbling over water glasses to having trouble navigating slopes. But everyone, hold on to your MAGA hats because his most recent gaffe might be the best. This time, what commonplace item has our previous president completely perplexed? A microphone. Yes, you heard correctly. An ordinary, basic microphone. Is there anyone else who struggles with microphones? No one. Since it's not really difficult, it's hardly even science for elementary school. Simply put, it's holding a stick. However, it might as well be quantum physics to our Grumpy Trumpy.
So I walk in, I said, there's nothing worse than I walk in like this and I'm did you notice? I was bending over like this. Hello.
Shall we dissect Trump's intricate microphone technique? Step 1, grab a microphone. Step 2, have a conversation. Unfortunately, it appears that the steady genius was overwhelmed by step 1. Our former commander-in-chief might have benefited from having step 0, locate the mic, added. Trump asserts that he is opposing the deep state. He can't even resist gravity, it turns out. The typical weight of a portable microphone is between 1 and 2 pounds. Donald, that's less than a Big Mac. It makes sense why social media is exploding with this. He most likely bathes in McDonald's special sauce, but the memes are hotter. Do you recall the time he ridiculed a reporter who had a disability? Well, Donald, karma is a mic.
Come in, and here's the problem. I said, oh man, it's too low. I said, it's too low.
At karaoke bars, we've witnessed children with mic talents that surpass those of the previous president. Perhaps Trump should continue to communicate via his go-to tactic of tweeting indignantly from the bathroom at 3 in the morning. Then at least arm tiredness won't be an issue for him. He'll need both hands to lift a glass of water at this rate. Whoa, he does already. What comes next? Will using a TV remote need a group of MAGA minions or even a task force to help him put on his trousers? But people, don't worry. He will undoubtedly accuse the microphone maker of being involved in the plot by the liberal elite.
On Friday, Trump was in Milwaukee doing a rally. and he got mad that his mic stand wasn't up to his liking, so his staff gave him a handheld mic.
In order to make his hands appear little, he can also say that the microphone was manufactured in China, because when you're Donald Trump, everything, even the laws of physics, is a conspiracy. When it comes to Trump's physical prowess, or lack thereof, his mic outburst is only the beginning. He claimed to have aced a cognitive test by correctly spotting an elephant.
What about a cognitive test? He said, well, you know, it's not that easy. I said, look, I got to take it because I got to shut it up. And I took it, and I aced it.
I love the cognitive test. I always find the whale. He's usually just a left of the scary shark you have to go around.
Do you recall that? Now, when it comes to microphones, he is having trouble with object permanence. Here's the crucial query though. What is this? How did we get from healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency to our grumpy Trumpy enjoys boasting about his strength and toughness? However, this microphone issue is exposing him more quickly than a comb-over convention windstorm. Let's go back in time and review some of Trump's earlier assertions of his extraordinary strength and endurance. Do you recall that he claimed to have encountered an unarmed school shooting? Yes, that did occur. He now experiences arm cramps when he even tries to run his mouth. The powerful have fallen and are unable to rise without a life alert.
And he got mad at that too.
I've never held a microphone up so long in my damn life. It's like I'm weightlifting, sucker's heavy.
On one occasion, Trump boasted that he had aced a cognitive exam in which he had to identify an elephant.
Let me tell you, you know, they always show you the first one, like a giraffe, a tiger, or this, or that, a whale. Which one is the whale?
Donald, congratulations. You've mastered animal recognition at the preschool level. However, he is currently having trouble with object permanence in relation to microphones. Perhaps we ought to get him one of those infant toys that require you to insert the shaped blocks into the appropriate holes. Work your way up to handling a microphone by starting small, not to mention that he asserted that he was the healthiest person ever elected to the presidency. Was that medical evaluation conducted by the same physician who reported Trump's 6'3" and 239-pound weight? Because a fisherman's story has more plausible measurements. He might weigh around 40 pounds if they were to weigh him on the moon. Actually, that would explain quite a bit. Trump's shift from macho guy to whimpering baby is illuminating and entertaining. It demonstrates how easily his macho facade breaks down in the face of even the slightest difficulty, similar to gravity or remaining up past 7 p.m. without a juice box or nap. But there's still more. Our orange turd has yet to stop making a fool of himself. We'll see what additional strength-related mistakes he makes next. Warning about spoilers. There are stairs involved, as well as descending ramps, while using one hand to drink water. Basically, everything that a functioning adult can do without getting sweaty or needing help. Trump proves us all wrong just when you thought he couldn't possibly disgrace himself anymore. The key question, though, is how the alternative facts guru will attempt to wriggle out of this one. Warning, there are more conspiracy ideas than at the typical tinfoil hat gathering. Let's take a look inside the excuse factory now that our orange turd has been shown to be weaker than damp toilet paper. Will Grumpy Trumpy accuse the fake news media of surreptitiously swapping out all microphones for ones that are packed with lead? Or perhaps he will accuse it of being a Chinese conspiracy to undermine American lawmakers, one microphone at a time. Now I can practically hear him say, "People, I know microphones better than anyone else. These are horrible microphones and bad guys. Have faith in me." But there's still more. Trump would attempt to portray this as an example of his extraordinary strength. Alright, I was only checking how durable the microphone was. I'm the best at testing microphones. Some claim that I'm the greatest microphone tester ever. Yes, Don, of course, I am also England's queen. He might even go into full-fledged deep state conspiracy mode. Imagine this. Trump, wheezy and red-faced, said the Illuminati had replaced his Featherlight microphone with a pure plutonium one. Naturally, it was all intended to harm his reputation. That's obviously the only way Trump could possibly look awful, isn't it? Trump's staff may release a picture of him arm wrestling a cardboard figure of Biden in an attempt to divert our attention from Mick Gate. Spoiler alert, Trump calls for a recount after the cutout wins. Hey, at least he's reliable, that is, consistently incompetent. Naturally, he always uses the same justification. I was being sarcastic. Yes, Donnie Diapers, of course. Ironically, you couldn't hold a microphone. You'll then claim that your spray tan is a brilliant statement about climate change. You can know that any grandiose story Trump tells will be as tenuous as his hairstyle in a strong wind. But people, don't worry. With his explanations, he'll undoubtedly find a way to make America groan once more. That's the one thing he's truly skilled at, aside from destroying casinos and inventing terms like "cofe."